answer you, Pierre.
Yeah, so
what I do is Scotland caps.
So we start in questions in the room for Pierre.
Just overall performance.
Yeah, I think just speaking to teammates afterwards now, I think we had a good shift first half, kept them under the pump, but should have got a bit more points out of that on the goal line. They went to a dark place, credit to the Stormers, but we were totally in control there. We had confidence was up. Maybe if we got, 10 or 14 points before halftime, that would have been enough, to come second half out, guns blazing, going again. But no, credit to the Stormers, but a lot of confidence for us as well as a team. I mean, that set piece as well, and we are dangerous on attack. We're all switched on. So, yeah, credit to the Stormers, but some good stuff we can take forward to the Lions game next week.
First question for yourself, obviously, how good is it back home?
That's very good. Scotland's home now, but it's good to be back. It's always a challenge against the fellow South Africans. They're a tough bunch. It's nice as a pack from Scotland and Edinburgh, we stand for our castle, for our city, that side. And it's good to compete with some of the world's best players and teams. And I'm so proud to represent Edinburgh, especially against the Bulls last week and the Stormers this week. Yeah. Well, something clear that was from that game is they fought right till the end, and they kept their feet on the pedal till the last minute. So it's going to be a battle, for the whole 80 minutes back at the Dam Half next week in Scotland, Edinburgh.
Yeah, scrum battles were quite good, especially for you in the first half. How happy are you, or unhappy are you that it wasn't with Quincy and Bouncy there, and were you happy with the overall scrum?
Yeah, look, Nietas, Joseph there was a Springbok. Nietas is maybe close to Springboks as well. I know Rassie was at the game, so Nietas wanted to prove a point as well. And you got Brock Harris on the bench as well, to play loose, good tight head. But credit to Stuart McAnally and WP now and our back five. I mean, they were just incredible. I spoke to Nietas after the game, and they said they felt under pressure. So credit to our team, and that's something we're going to build on. We would have loved maybe a bit more penalties from the game. But yeah, we'll work on that and keep working for the Lions.
You were quite all over Evan Lewis. It out that you had to be off the game line.
Yeah, it's nice to. I mean, if you look at the size of his arms, you want to compete with guys with big arms, and it's nice. He had a target on his back. I got a red card for leading with my arm against Leinster a few years ago. So I don't know. That's also a yellow card on him. I don't know about that, but yeah, he's a good, very, very good player. And yeah, he had a target on his back, but he did well.
Just Mike, Coach Mike, must be frustrating for you because you had quite a lot of dominance in that first half. You had the Stormers under the pump for a long period of time. They obviously conceded lots of penalties, but you guys couldn't convert that into points. It must be a real sort of sad sort of moment for you.
Yeah, I think we fronted up really well. We were disappointed with our start against Bulls last week, and I thought we showed a huge amount of control and pressure in that first 30 minutes probably. Schoeman's too clever to say it, but I'm surprised that they weren't penalised more. We've got a dominant scrum. We're going forward. The scrum's going to ground, and the referee's saying play the ball away. Like that doesn't happen. And we're dominant, and we should be rewarded for being dominant in that area. Stormers were excellent in their defence. I thought they put a huge amount of pressure on our attack. And that was their pinch point where they were able to get them. Our pinch point was our scrum. And I felt it was just managed a little bit to get the game going when in fact we had a huge amount of dominance there, which should have resulted in more points and potential yellow cards for illegal scrumming. No, it's not a reason for the loss. I thought Stormers were excellent today. I thought that the opportunities they got, they took them. They harassed us with their defence. I thought they've got some incredible individuals probably especially in the back row, centers and wings who you give them a sniff and they're able to take it. And that's the beauty of their game, isn't it? Strong defense, looking to get errors out of you, looking to force you to make that extra pass, and they've got speed and skill to make the most of it. So like that's what won them the game. Although I do feel that had we been given our due rewards for what we were doing at the scrum, then we could have controlled the game a little bit better. Yeah, where one side goes down and the other guy stays up. I don't know, maybe one end of the pitch was difficult to hold your feet on. But I don't think so. You can tell me more about the surface.
Yeah, so to agree with Mike, I mean, it's two sides battling, and if one goes down, one stays up, it's maybe nothing to do with the surface. It's how you handle the surface. And credit to Stormers, they had captains at the stadium. They know the pitch better than us. It's home advantage for them as well. So obviously they would know the pitch much better than us.
Last week, obviously, lost the game in the second half. This week, you jumped into the first half. Who's running now? What can your attribute like? What goes running in the second? What, according to you, what will you watch? Or when you watch the game?
If you lose the game, you usually lose it in the second half, don't you? Like that's how the game goes. But I mean, last week we were 15 points down after 18 minutes, and we fought our way back into it. Sometimes you win these games, then sometimes you lose. I tried to judge last week's game the same as if the kick had gone over or the kick had not gone over. There were little things we could have managed better potentially in the last 8 minutes of the game. But I guess we look back a little bit at the game, and if we'd taken a win and a bonus point out of the two games, that would have been a really satisfactory return from the games. But as it is, the 2 points is probably a little bit below what we were hoping.
I just want to pick up on the question from my colleague and ask, what will it take to finally get the win? You now have a good situation to have 2 weeks going. What detail do you think you need to focus on to finally get it done?
Yeah, good. I think we gave Stormers too many ins into the game, I think. We had to work really hard for our points. And I don't think, giving Stormers starting positions with 5-meter lineouts, for a number of reasons, whether that's a switch off or an individual error or a penalty that we've given away. So we probably gave that field position a little bit too easily. We lacked field position in that kind of middle third of the game, I think, which is probably where the game was lost.
Just on the fact you created space quite often in the first half. Do you feel that guys rushed it a bit to get it up to the points, especially with Darcy looking so good when he got the ball, but were you too quick to just get the ball to them and attack?
I mean, the Stormers' defense is such that if you get things absolutely bang on and you hold your feet and your passing is perfect, you will create opportunities. But the beauty of the defense is they're trying to force you into those errors as well. So if you don't get it absolutely bang on, they're going to force errors out of you and create that turnover ball that they want as well. So, you'd have to speak to the defense coach about it, but they've got that kind of risk reward element of it to force that turnover ball, force the skill set. We did get away a couple of times, but probably, I don't know, our speed to set potential in attack could have been a little bit better. But the guys' effort today and the heat on the back of the Bulls game last week as well, I thought there's you can't fault the effort from the guys.
Sorry, Mike, just overall the 2 games of tour, although you don't get the wins, what can you actually take from this tour that you can take in the future for other games coming up?
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget we're playing against 2 quality teams who were the finalists last year, playing them in South Africa. Like these are tough games. These are games that the guys are thriving in and taking on the challenge. These are proper test match type scenarios. These are almost international quality teams playing against each other. So, we want to be proud of what we've what we've done, but we also want to be ambitious and challenge ourselves that, it's fine to be in games, but, let's be in a position to finish these games, because I believe we've got the squad to be able to do that.
We see if we've got some time for some questions on Zoom, so if there are any for Pierre.
Yeah, what did you take out of that game? I mean, for the first half hour, the pack was incredibly dominant. Did you just run out of steam, or what would you say?
No, I just, like I said earlier, Robert, it's just, I think we should have put more points on the board, a bit better conversion rate. But a previous question as well, I think we take massive confidence out of those 2 games as well. Last week for me, the Bulls, that for me is a real big positive. Could have easily, there were some points on the board for us. And then this week as well, the first half, we were not far off, mate, to have a leading in the second half on the points and come with the mentality of let's get another try or 2 in. So we're living with a lot of confidence. We're not satisfied, like Mike mentioned. But yeah, set piece really good. Maybe speed to set in attack, much better improvement, especially against Lions next week.
Mike, can I ask, what happened to Mark? He seemed to just go off. What happened?
Yeah, he took a little knock on his shoulder just before halftime, and he got it strapped up. And just when he came on, just a couple of minutes after, it didn't feel quite right. So we felt it was the right time to bring Chris on and move Langers to 13.
Cheers, Mike. Thank you.
Mike, Nick Haining went off. Was it a Nick or was it concussion? And was there anybody else that that is concerned at the moment?
So Nick will go through the HIA protocols. Jamie was just feeling a bit banged up in his ribs. He obviously took one to the face as well. He was one of a couple of players who took one to the face. But I think everyone else got through okay.
Thanks.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey guys, how are you? You are? Good man.